So did the hubby get it or not? I mean, honestly, what are we teaching our kids with this theory that, you know, when they're toddlers or whatever, and you've got your friends over at the house, you're having dinner or whatever, or relatives, they may not even know that before they go to sleep, we make them hug everybody in the house. Seems so backwards now.
It is. And it is backwards now, which is why myself and Cassie and others are teaching our kids that they have autonomy, that they don't have to hug people if they don't want to hug them, or they don't have to kiss somebody if they don't want to kiss them. They don't have to do that. If you're comfortable doing that, great. If you're not, we're going to respect your choices and we're going to respect your body.
Well, here's the problem that Katie was having here, because her husband just didn't understand her point on that. For those that didn't hear it on Friday, Katie, explain the tension between you and your husband over this whole thing.
Well, he just thought I was being a little bit overprotective, because I want it to be the choice of my daughters if they hug someone or kiss someone. And he thought that was ridiculous, that they should, you know, because we were going to visit his family over the weekend, and this has been brought up before. Like, he doesn't want it to be a big issue. Just kiss and hug my family. What's the big deal? So we had a discussion, like a heart to heart, and I took the advice that you guys gave me last week, and we sat down and I really explained to him from a woman's perspective and a safety perspective, and we got on the same page. Like, it took a while, but we got there. We have great communication. We just had to navigate some things, but he got it.
He did get it.
Really?
He did. I think, you know, I just used a different way of explaining things, and it kind of clicked, and he was able to see my perspective, which is great. I mean, my husband's great. He just needed to understand exactly where I was coming from, so that advice, you know, was amazing. However, okay, so we get there. It's no problem at all. But there's a bit of a different problem, because they want to hug everyone. Like, they hugged all of his family. They didn't even have to ask. They just were so loving and giving hugs and kisses. And there were even strangers there that even my husband and I hadn't met before. And that now is a little bit worrisome, because I feel like they're so open, and I don't know.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah, as to what the problem is now.
They're just a demonstrative family, apparently.
Well, no, my little girls, you know, were going up and hugging and giving everyone kisses, and were super affectionate, even to people they had never met.
Oh,
your little girls were.
Okay, because were there other little girls and boys there also that were doing the same thing, and they were just following their lead?
No, there were a few kids there for a little bit, but they were older. You know, I think they were like young teenagers.
Is this atypical of their behavior?
Not really. I mean, it's, you know, we haven't been around too many big groups in the past couple of years. I feel like this is maybe something I didn't notice, or I don't know how to change, like, the trajectory of this.
Oh, okay.
But it was a little bit over the top. It's something that I hadn't experienced before.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe they've just, this has sort of been their training up until, you know, and I use that as a loose term, but this is always what they've done, so they don't really realize that they have that option now. So they're going and hugging everybody. Did you guys have to talk with them and say, hey, just want to let you guys know you don't got to do all that?
Not like right before. Like, you know, by example, I try to lead like more by example than about talking about everything, you know, rather than talking about everything. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I need to sit down and maybe have a talk, but again, they're young, and it's like hard navigating exactly how to do this. And it's all about their safety and trusting their intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they were with you guys, so it's not like they were alone, and they're at a family member's home, so they felt safe and secure. So I wouldn't read too much into it.
It does feel like there needs to be some kind of conversation on, like, hey, that's how we've always done it, but you guys have a say in this now.
If they've been coached that way, which is
right.
That's the part I'm confused on, is if you're trying to say that he might have coached them this way and you want to let them know that there are two options, but if this is just who they are, then what's the problem really?
They did have a say, and their say was they wanted to hug everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's just who they are.
Damn, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I mean, if this
What was your husband's reaction after you guys had that big talk about them having autonomy over their body, and then they go in and you're expecting they're not going to hug anybody, and they end up hugging the whole crew, not once but twice?
He kind of gave me a look like he was like he found it funny. Like he wasn't being a jerk, but he was just like, oh my gosh, we had to go through all this. And, this is how they're behaving on their own without any coaching, without any, he just kind of gave me a look like, why do we have to go through all that?
Right. Hey, Jackie. Good morning. You are on with Katie. What's going on?
Hey, Katie, good morning. I also am a mom of little ones, and I know you kind of sound like they're not going to win either way. If they hugged everybody, it was like too much. If they didn't, it was kind of like your husband wouldn't like that. But have you had the conversation with them about stranger danger and explained to them, like, you don't have to hug random people you don't know?
Yes, we've had conversations like that. Like, you don't get in the car with someone you don't know, and stranger danger, yes.
Yeah, because, I think that's the only fear there. I don't think there's really any problem now other than now they did the opposite of kind of what you expected.
Right, of course, yeah.
I think my parents were endorsing the hugging thing because they were hoping one of these people would just take me.
Just wouldn't stop hugging you.
You raise him, bring him back when he's like 18. But yeah, feel free to hug whenever you want.
Hug everybody.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.